Hello, my name is Otniel Rajendra from SMAN KABUPATEN Tangerang, and I'm here to discuss about the NSDC second motion. Now, we were talking about creativity jobs and how it will overtake the world. Well, it's already overtaking the world by storm. Now, I agree that it's true that we need our kids to learn more, to be curious more about these creativity jobs that doesn't need formal education whatsoever. But I also think that it is also a need that I think that formal education is not useless, and by no means, even if you're trying to be an artist, you also need some kind of formal education, because through formal education we can also learn more about morals. We can learn more about how our mind works, and we train our minds. The true purpose of a school is not just to learn the subjects, but to also learn problem solving skills, such as like how we learn maths. But through learning maths, we can learn things on how to problem solve a lot of things, and that's how um, IT came to be. Through the birth of IT came from problem solving skills, and those problem solving skills comes from formal education. That's why I think it's really important to also give formal education, as well as giving them a career path through what their passion is about. Now, about creativity job, yes, it is through their passion. Yes, it is way more, how could I say this, easier in a way. Like on paper it looks easy, you do your passion, you get paid a lot for it. But we can't also forget that the creativity job, such as content creator and as some designers, they there are so many competitions about it, and it's a very hard competition, especially for content creators. Like, there are loads and loads and loads. Like, yes, we see a lot of people having their success, but there are also a lot of people that fails, a lot of people that didn't make it even after 10 years. They still haven't made it. Like, these creativity jobs, such as being a designer, such as being these content creator, is a really hard job as well. But if we want our child to continue and to pursue that dream, it is possible. But that doesn't mean we should cut the ties with formal education. It is still a really good backup plan, I guess. And a few more things that I want to talk about is about curiosity. Now, it is good for parents to let their children be more curious, but while the children being curious, we should also guide them, not just leave them alone, do their own thing. No, we also need to guide them, because I see some of my friends, they are very curious, and they are really smart people, but what they get into is not something that is morally right. Just like smoking, for example, or drinking, going out late at night. Yes, it is a fun activity, but we also need to draw the line. That's why I think parents need to be more stricter and becoming a guide. A guide is someone that leads them the way. If they're curious about something, you can ask the guide. The children also have to make the role to not be nervous or to not be shy, to ask some question about what they're curious about to their parents. It's not just about the parenting, it's also about the parents, because if the other side won't work together, then it'll fall apart. And before we let our child do something, we need to find their passion first. We need as a parent, we need to know our child more, and then we can let them be be more curious about it, while also guiding them into the right path so they don't stray into like drugs and stuff, steroids. Some of those, well, there are those kind of paths when they got way too curious, and as a result they fail. And even as a guide, talking about parents again, as parents, yes, we are guiding. Yes, they need to guide, but as a guide, they need to be strict. They need to know when their children is crossing the line or not. When it's punishment time. And yes, even when things when there's a rebellion, the parents need to be strict. But they also need, as I said before, to know their child more, to know how to handle their child. And about creativity job, yes, it is good. A lot of people are passionate about it. A lot of people want to be a content creator. A lot of people want to be the tour guide or want to be the graphic designer. But we can't forget that we also need people who need to go through formal education. Okay, if their passion is formal education, don't shame on them. I can't say it's a very boring path, but if they're passionate about it, it's not very boring. We also need those kind of people who want to be a doctor, who want to be a lawyer, who want to be the next generation Einstein. And yes, those are the kind of people that we also need. Not just people with creativity. We also need people who will lead this creative people into making a new innovation, a new Google, as you might say, to make sure everything will be alright. And I think that's it for my response to the second motion. That is all from me. Thank you. Take care.